Allie Borealis here. Thanks for joining me today. This is the third part of an estate unboxing. I'll link parts 1 and 2 in the description. One of my Canadian viewers reached out to me. Her name is Sue, and she just did an act of service by taking care of her neighbor in the last few years of her life. And it was an act of kindness and compassion. And, we should all hope to have someone like Sue in our lives. Her neighbor's name was Pat or Patricia. So what Sue wants to do is to sell the jewelry, and we're going to give 25% to Patricia, one of Patricia's favorite animal charities. So if you see something you like, please reach out and know that 25% is going to an animal charity, and I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. Oh, here's the little clasp. It looks like it popped off. Let me see what that says on there. That little tag says W Germany, Western Germany. Just for reference, Western Germany was established in 1949 and lasted until the Berlin Wall came down in 1990. And it looks like it fit right on here. Pretty sure I can get it back on there. Let's see. So I did get the hook attached back on there, and I also found the pair of matching earrings later in the box. So I'm going to sell those together. The earrings are also stamped W Germany, and I'm selling this set together for $16. This one, costume ring with a symbol on it. These are carved flowers with 2 little rhinestones. It is like interesting. It's an interesting adjustable ring. Let me see what the signature is on there. The only thing I see is like this little X mark right here. And I'm not familiar with that maker's mark. Let me test those. I don't think these are any kind of a gemstone, but let me just see. Nope, just glass. So this is just a costume ring. The flowers are plastic, and it's a size 5.5 and adjustable. And I'm just going to do $4 on this ring. This says black glass bead necklace signed Monet. Oh yeah. You can feel that that's cold to the touch like glass. It's definitely not plastic. It's a kind of a shorter length, and we have an older style Monet clasp on there, a little sister style clasp. That Monet's older pieces had this sister style clasp on it. Let's see what the tag looks like. So it has both this little Monet hang tag, and then it says Monet around that little rivet on the necklace. And the other side of that rivet says patent pending. The glass beads are individually knotted, and I'm going to do $4 on this necklace. What do you make of this pin? Let's see. Wow. Look at the engravings on that centerpiece. I'm going to have to do a little research on this one. Let me turn it over. Oh, it's old. Look at that C-clasp. And then the pin extends over the end of the brooch, which also means it's an older piece. And then, wow, it does have some stamps on it. It has a stamp. Oh no, that's like, oh yeah, that's a stamp. It's like a carved thing there. And then it has something right here. Right here and right here. So this was new to me. I asked in one of my jewelry groups about this little mark, and they told me it's a kite mark. These were in use during the Victorian era from 1842 to 1883. There is a reference here, but the year mark on mine is really hard to read. But what I can say is that it's from 1868 to 1883, so it's definitely an antique made in England. The other thing I'm seeing about similar domed brooches like this one with kite marks is that they're Victorian mourning pins. So sometimes you would take the deceased person's hair and put it inside the dome and then etch something on the back of it. Like this one has an etching, and sometimes it was the death date or something significant to that person. For this antique Victorian mourning pin with a kite mark, I'm going to do $45. We have Coro clip-ons, plus necklace set in blue. Wow. This is really pretty. Look how dreamy those stones are. Look at the bell, that little tassel on the end of that one. I haven't seen that one before. This should say Coro. Yes, it does. And then let's see if these clip backs say Coro. Sometimes when you had a set of something, for whatever the reason, they would only stamp one piece of the set, which is what this kind of looks like, because I don't see any markings. Gosh, look how pretty those are. I don't see any markings on these, but I definitely see that this is stamped Coro. And it appears that it has all of the stones in it, which is good news. I love that set. This is a really hard color to find, and I just don't think the photos do it justice. This is a moon glow, but it's like a light blue, and all of the stones are there. So on this Demi Peru set, with all the stones there in this fabulous color, I'm going to do $65. It just says set, screw-ons, and necklace. Here are the earrings. There is some writing. Let me see what that writing says on the back. The writing on the back of those says they're gold filled, tells me they're gold filled. But then there's a little something right there. Maybe that says gold filled too. Let me see. Yeah, 1/20 GF Tour. And then I'm assuming this is, it's non-magnetic, but I feel like it's probably gold filled. The necklace says ECCO, the clasp. I don't feel like it's gold. I'm going to do $5 for this little gold filled set. Signed Sherman blue rhinestone necklace. Oh yeah, now this for sure looks very Sherman-ish. That is a lovely blue rhinestone necklace. I love it when the rhinestones are a pretty, pretty color. Look how sweet that looks. And there's the clasp on it. You can tell it's just good. It's good construction on this. And then if you turn it over, right there, it says Sherman. Now, interestingly enough, the next bag I opened was a big bag of earrings, and look what I found in there. And then we have these. I wonder if these are signed. Let's see. Oh yeah, these are Sherman's. So I bet these match that necklace. Let me see where I put it. I wonder if these go together. What do you think? Do those look like the same blue to you? I think I would sell these together. So we have a beautiful blue rhinestone AB Sherman necklace and earring set. All three pieces are signed Sherman. And as I've learned since opening this box, Sherman is a Canadian company. We sure do love our Canadian friends. I can't get over how pretty these blue AB rhinestones are. And I'm going to do this Sherman set for $125. Look at these lovelies. These are screwbacks. Let's see if there's a signature on those. There is. These say Continental, which I've heard of Continental before, but it's not a very common brand. So Continental is also a Canadian company. These are little 1950s earrings, and they were based out of Montreal, and they were said to be Sherman's main competitor, who is also Montreal based. I'm going to do $12 on these 1950s Continental earrings. Oh, look at these ones. Oh, I see. They go like this. Let's see if these are signed. Oh, these also say Continental. We have these little gold ones. These are Amway. I don't often see Amway jewelry. I think the other name for Amway jewelry was Artistry. These are some little vintage Avon screwbacks. So these are not actually Avon calling earrings. The Avon font seemed a little different to me, and these seemed more like 1950s earrings. So I did a deep dive on them, and what I discovered is that these earrings are actually designed by Marcel Boucher. His works fall under many companies and names, including Boucher, Marabout, Mazer, Cartier, and Avon of Bellevue. Avon of Bellevue was a Canadian company, and he would go visit his mom in Canada. So he would do some work for this company while he was up there. One of the ways to distinguish Avon versus Avon of Bellevue is that Boucher always put a 4-digit inventory number on his pieces, and this one has the 4-digit inventory number. You're not going to see that with Avon calling. So for these Avon of Bellevue Boucher earrings that have all the stones intact and need a little bit of cleaning, I'm going to do $16. These are branded, but I've never heard of the brand, and I'm going to have to look it up because I'm not positive exactly what it says. So I made it out. It's a brand I've never heard of called Keys, and it's a Canadian company as well. And then you have these sweet little dangles. These don't appear to be branded. This says 12 karat necklace and screw-on earrings. Look at these earrings. This necklace that looks a little knotted, but this necklace, the clasp says sterling. So it's like sterling with, oh, but you know what? Look at that. It's magnetic. That's fascinating. It says sterling, something like embry. I'll have to look and see what that means, but it's definitely magnetic. And then this doesn't look gold. And when I look at the backs of these are marked Continental as well. And then they have a small amount of verdigris, which means they're not precious metals. Precious metals aren't going to create that verdigris. So this is a vintage Continental set with an MB necklace. So this is a sterling travel bracelet. I noticed all of the charms are stamped sterling except this smoky bear. And then I couldn't find a mark on the bracelet itself. So let's see. The bear is magnetic. The bracelet isn't. What? The bracelet doesn't appear to be, and it looks like a nicer bracelet because it has the safety. Oh, but that is. But sometimes the clasp, I think, has a magnetic mechanism in there. But that safety chain's not, and this isn't either. So I'm just going to check the bracelet itself to see if we have sterling. Let's do a little bitty scratch here. Little bitty mark. I am curious about this bear because like this part felt magnetic. I don't know if the upper is magnetic though. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, so the bracelet definitely is, and that smoky bear is not. So this bracelet appears to have been put together on a trip to the west coast of the United States by looking at the charms. We have Grand Canyon, we have a trolley at Fisherman's Wharf, we have something from Knott's Berry Farm and Universal Studios. We have the Disneyland Castle and maybe that horse's Seabiscuit. So for this sterling charm bracelet with sterling charms, I'm going to do $55. We're going to pause right here and take a quick break for animals. Remember, 25% of your purchase goes to one of Patricia's favorite animal charities, Last Chance Horse and Pony Rescue and Sanctuary in Canada. They not only rescue horses and ponies, but other friends too. We're taking a peek at my cat Cam. He's usually in my light box, but where is he? Oh, he's on top of my light box tonight. This says pin and necklace set, seed in the middle. Oh, I see. It's like a fleur-de-lis. And then they've encased a little seed in the middle. Like a mustard seed. Maybe that's a mustard seed. And then here is the matching necklace. This is, I think that's plastic. Feels plastic. So little mustard seed brooch and necklace. Sarah Coventry signed necklace, locket, bracelet. Oh yeah, I do see this little bracelet. It's like a charm bracelet. And the charm is a locket. Let's see what that little tag says right there. That does say Sarah Coventry on that little tag. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I've never seen this piece by Sarah Coventry. And then we have this one too. It reminds me of like a snowflake. Sarah Coventry. She liked her Sarah Coventry. Now the stone in the center actually is a very light pink color, and I think it's supposed to be replicating more of an angel skin coral than a pearl, and I say that because I found the name of it and the year it was made. It's from a Peru set, and the collection was known as Angel Pink, and it was from 1973. I do love the adjustability of this necklace, and I'm going to do $10 on this Sarah Coventry piece. What do you make of this? All right, let's see if it's magnetic. Slightly is very much slightly magnetic, and it has some very large rhinestones. 4 large rhinestones on it. It doesn't look like there are any marks on it. So this is a vintage rhinestone bracelet. The links on the bracelet almost remind me of a charm bracelet, but the links are a little bit larger. So I'm just going to do $10 on this costume bracelet. This is Avon, I think. Beware yucky old cream perfume in it. Remember that. I sure do remember that. Sometimes I run across these. Now, I don't see any Avon marks. This doesn't say Avon, but that doesn't mean it's not. I'll do a little more research on it. Let's see what this looks like on the inside. Oh, yeah. There's that perfume. It even smells like old perfume, like the smells of yesteryear. I went online and I did find that it is Avon, and it's from 1966. And I went in and scraped the perfume into the other half, and it revealed where the Avon stamp is. This one's quite full of perfume, and I'm going to do $6 on it. Now this little set was just loose in there. It wasn't in a bag or anything. But it's a bracelet and earrings set. I don't see any brand on it. And it looks like all the rhinestones are there. That's what the backs look like. And I'm going to do this really wonderful set for $15. This says 4-string pearl-like bracelet. This is pretty. And this looks really clean. I don't see any marks on it. Something told me to try it on. It's nice looking. This is a 10 Commandments charm bracelet. So you have like the Bible, and then you have all the different commandments. The Bible is mother of pearl. Definitely magnetic. Oh, that's strong magnetic. So for this little 10 Commandments bracelet with a mother of pearl Bible, I'm going to do $10. These 3 pieces were all tangled together in the same little baggie. I think that's probably, oh, maybe it's not magnetic. I mean, maybe it is sterling. It's not magnetic. I'll test that one. It's a little leaf brooch, Very tiny. Oh, this is actually, these are maple leaves, like the Canadian maple leaf. It does test sterling, and when I turned it over, there is a very small, like partial STER mark on the back of it. You can tell it's vintage because it's stamped sterling instead of 925, and it does need a little bit of cleanup, and I'm gonna do $15 on this brooch. And then this might be sterling. Not that, but the chain might be. It's non-magnetic, so we'll test that one. Oh, it does say, that does say sterling on the clasp. So this is sterling, not the pendant, but the rest of the necklaces. And then let's see what this leaf is. That would be great if that was gold, like white gold with diamonds. Let's see, because it has like little bitty holes in the back, almost like these might be diamonds as opposed to rhinestones. But let's check. This is stamped BGE 925, and then the clasp is also stamped BGE 925. And from what I'm reading, the BGE is for the Bradford Gold Exchange. So these are both sterling. I'm curious if those are diamonds. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read it because they're so tiny. I usually just end up hitting metal. Oh yeah, sometimes if I use my magnifier with it, I'm probably not going to be able to get it on screen. Oh, if I use my magnifier, I can get it right on there. These test as diamonds, those little chips. It is in really nice, clean condition, and there is a really tiny knot in the necklace, but it looks loose enough to be worked out. So I'm going to do $30 on this sterling necklace with a diamond and sterling pendant. This is a lucite. This is a double strand hook. This is like a faux amber look to it. Double strand, unbranded. The hook on this one says Japan, and it's also a double stranded. It's a little bit longer. One pin, one pair of earrings made with real fur. Oh yeah. Definitely. Look at those little furry earrings. The brooch is a little odd. It's like an animal with a collar on. It's kind of creepy. But definitely real fur. So these fur style pieces were popular in the 40s and 50s, and they were made with real fur and often in animal designs. I pulled the fur back on this brooch, and you can see he has a little rhinestone face. I'm not really clear what kind of animal he's supposed to be. I'm going to sell this set together for $10. Now these are all Damascene or Toledo ware pieces of jewelry. These feel very well made. So you have, oh, these are earrings too. Very beautiful. Wow, you have a little ship. You have this flower bouquet brooch. I'm sure a pair of these earrings probably match it. Maybe it's that one. Two pair of earrings, and then this butterfly brooch. She said one of these was marked Spain. It's probably the ship. I bet it said ship. Oh, it sure is. Look how nicely these photograph against the black. It really brings out the gold and the little inlay of black. I'm just going to do $8 per piece. We have completed Patricia's estate jewelry. But wait. Sue has some things that she sent me. Is that a Tiffany? Ooh, and look at that cameo. Wait to find out what additional things Sue has sent me from her own personal collection, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me today. If you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button. It's free.